Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this update by Synergy Signals. Purpose of the video, cover the previous week's trading, look ahead to the next week's trading, have a general discussions about what happened, give you an idea on the methodology we are using to get access to the access to the markets to see what we're seeing in the markets. And yeah, let's start. So just to continue the running commentary of how the markets have been from a trading condition perspective. I can honestly tell you that in the number of years I've been doing this period of time, the past couple of months have been ultimately very, very different to how markets typically are for a period of time. Naturally, it's a very different environment. Pressure, we've got a government with Donald Trump in power, pushing economic buttons one way, trying to massage economic buttons one way. He wants interest rates lower, but yet he's bombing the hell out of Iran, spiking oil, creating inflationary pressures. And that in itself is causing more and more problems at the moment. Um, we've had this ongoing battle with the euro and the dollar, whereby the dollar is very poised to take off, but is it still going to do this last little swipe to the low? And it's generally just not, we've just been in large ranges of consolidation. We haven't had the quality that you need really, because trading, this is where the issue for expectations, people that sign up to trading signal services expect multiple trades per day. It's very difficult to send multiple trades per day that are profitable. Therefore, we restrict ourselves to send only those that are, the low-hanging fruit trades that are highly probable, but it's just finding them. And let's see what we can do on this video now. So here we go. I'm going to start at the top of the list. AUD CAD is where we're starting. So AUD CAD has, for us, been really good. Once we could identify what price was doing, um, for example, this is the model of the method in its entirety, really. So we have here a staircase looking structure, which you should all be very familiar with now. If I could just delete some of these other bits. Have this staircase looking structure, and we've been in and amongst this for a long time now. So what we can see is a three-level pattern, 1, 2, 3. In and amongst this pattern, once you start seeing the 1 and the 2 forming, and they're, chopping along quite nicely, you realize that the previous structure's been broken down. You know that you've got 1, 2 in place already. You then start looking around areas, there are rules such as we're buying lows of consolidation in consolidation. So when you're in consolidation, you tend to be buying the lows of consolidation. Otherwise, it's off a particular EMA. You can see within this, multiple times trading off the low of consolidation, the rule is holding up, and also off the EMA, whatever happens to be there. So we were in this situation here, and we identified 1 and we identified 2 here, and we knew that there was still a 3 to give, and it gave the 3. So that was a nice positional trade. That was ultimately a 3-month trade, where you continually are able to add in. That's the point of the method that we use here. We are looking to trade in line with the market cycles, and this is a great example of it. Keeping this in mind, we move on to the other pairs, and this pattern exists on all time frames. So, it's not just limited to the daily. You try and see it everywhere. And if we zoom out a little bit, might see something on the way down now. And we're not really seeing anything, just a compressed 1, 2, 3 to the low. So that means nothing to me. Looking at the weeks, you can see a week of rise, no net, rise again, consolidate. So we had 3 rises. You can see them 1, 2, and 3, and then consolidate, and also counted by the weeks. There's nothing going on here for us. I'm not really a shorter. I do take them occasionally. ADCHF, same thing. Can we identify a pattern? Can we then identify where we sit within that pattern? This is the monthly chart. I mean, yes, I can see a one, a two, and a three to the low. And that was after breaking the structure. So this is the monthly. So this is a big old pattern. You know, three to the low, expecting it to turn round. It's going to be a very, very long-term positional play here. But commodities, currencies are, going to be interesting. So again, this one isn't really offering me too much. It's just, yeah, fair enough. We've broken the previous structure, but ultimately that we've got like an anchor here. You see, we've got the what have we got? Change break. Yeah, these are valid entries. That would have been everybody have been destroyed there. But there's nothing for me on this one at the minute, so pass. Moving on, as you can see, we're looking for trades that are easy to spot. We're not seeing any. AUD, AUD and ZD. So AUD and ZD, what did we see? We actually got involved with this one. This was nice. We got involved in this one down here all that time ago. We saw a change, we saw a break, and then we got in. Um, Again, my drawing seems to have been deleted, so it's difficult to see how that one looked. But we have been in this one as of now. Not seeing anything to do in that. Um, are you showing me anything? It's just straight rise past AUD USD. AUD USD is the head, not it is a head scratcher. I believe we're here. Level, as you can see, that pattern, level one, level two, and I still believe we have this third leg to play out, which means dollar strength, and we'll look at that. But for now, we've made a zone, and then we're making a second zone up here. There's a lot of this thin air to fill in for sure. We are at the highs of the second zone of consolidation, and we are anticipating lower prices. Let's look up closer here. You can see one, two, ultimately one, two, three to the low, and we are consolidating. So this is a consolidation zone. It's potentially you know, shoulder, head, shoulders, but I do have mixed feelings on whether this is actually a second zone of consolidation on the way up. Much like I'm going to show you in NZD USD. Whatever it is, it's not something to trade right now. Again, not much going on there. CAD CHF next. I don't really look at that. But again, it's making an interesting formation, a multi-session W potentially. This is the apex. I do want to keep updated on this one. And another W here. Change, break, retest, something like that we're looking for. Yeah, it's an interesting chart. It's an interesting chart. May have to have a pop at this one. We're creating a wall here. This is like a wall, a barrier. We've had one, two, three to the high, consolidate. The previous lower high is here, so we have made a nice change already. Just to get my coloring the way I like it. So we are making a nice bit of structure here, admittedly. So what I like to see. Now, what I want to start seeing is pressure on this high, because that for me is the sort of thing I like to see. And I understand this is unfilled, this is the risk. These highs haven't been tested yet. But I like the way it has shown its strength here. There's nothing else really to go off on this one, so we move on. But it is setting itself up potentially. Uh, right, moving on. Euro AD. So this is one of my favorite pairs in the old days when it used to behave. But if I can just delete all of these rays out of the way so we can see what we need to see, not get distracted by other things. I'll keep that Fibonacci thing up, but what I want to keep the attention on is the 1 and the 2 that we're seeing now. So we've seen a chop consolidation here as 1, and as 2, we've got a trap false, trap false. So huge, huge, huge false move against the trend at the beginning, end of the year. End of last year, beginning of this year. Now, if that's going to move higher, that's a lot of energy. It's like a bow and arrow pullback. Yeah, it's a lot of energy to spring higher that is gathered, and it will be an absolutely crazy move, which I need to catch. So we're looking to catch it. First of all, why am I confident that's a solid low? Well, we've got the A, B, C, D. These are harmonics. This is A, B equals C, D. 60% of the time, it would have given you a profitable trade there if you took it anyway. 60% of the time, market turns there. The other 40, it's an extension. And the extension move is this. Here's the extension. And you can see that the extension is at the 127 at the moment. If I can make it a bit bigger, you can actually see that we are just we're testing this level. It seems to be important so far. Zooming in up close so we can see what's going on. Again, we're seeing the W structure. We are not seeing enough yet, I don't believe, to get confident. But this is a high, 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 low situation. We do have this going on, which is ultimately a big one, but it's still off the bottom. I need to see more here. So beautiful setup, nothing really to do. Again, patience, got to wait. EuroCAD, let's have a look. Again, EuroCAD, we're creating this structure, level 1, level 2. The risk is all of this unfilled business. So the market has snapped on it. We have identified this is the stop hunt below the consolidation. Is it going to tuck back in? We shall wait and see. Beautiful structure. 1, 2, 3 to the high. Consolidate. Stop hunt low. Expect the rise. Euro GBP. This is a very strong long-term potential for higher prices. In the short term, we've sold off. I do expect this to turn around. You can identify structure quite clearly. 1, 2, and expect the 3. Don't believe this is the second cycle high because it's within the wick of this candle. So you could have counted 1, 2, 3 as well, and it would have achieved the same thing, which is a consolidation. Up close, quite tradable, really. We have 1, 2, and we knew that when we broke the structure, we still had 3 to play out. So that was a nice sort of thing, but again, nothing for us, folks. We haven't sent much at all. We sent USD CHF, which we cancelled because of data and the volatility. We had a losing trade on GBP USD, and that was about it, folks. Pretty dry. Euro USD, Euro NZD is very similar. Got an interesting structure with a 1, 2. We'll see if we get up to that 3 level. Consolidation, higher highs, higher lows. Are we going to see another consolidation up here? We don't know yet, but definitely the pattern, you could argue, has already been seen. So no trades there. Euro USD, this is an interesting one. We can see structure level 1, level 2. So we are looking for longs. It's just very tricky these days. This is either playing out as a consolidation zone here and another consolidation zone here with another drop to follow. That will strengthen the idea on the USD. Got a bit of a potential situation here. We've got the ABCD coming to here. That's either a second zone of consolidation or a bottom. We don't know yet. We weren't able to properly sort of break through this area. We've held it, and if anything, we're rushing higher with 3 candles there. Again, nothing to do yet. GBP AUD, again, really nice to be able to track what its movements are. We were talking about it up here, this being that Batman here, and we have cascaded lower quite dramatically. We did see the structure before here on this one, thinking it was done with that high. Now it could target this low before it's ready to reset itself. Again, nothing for us. GBP CAD, this is another one. So level 1, level 2, loads of consolidation. We've got structure as well. A, B equals C, D. Suspicious, basically. I am suspicious about this one. Have to wait and see. Nothing at the moment on that. GBP USD, ABCD structure, 1, 2, 3 to the low. This is one that caught us here. We saw the W. We saw the 1, 2, 3 with the W, and then we saw the 1, the 2, and we went for the 3, and it said no. But it's giving it now. So that's just the way it goes. We're just, the timing was slightly wrong. What I do want to see here, I want to see this area work, change, break. And then we move on to the others that we have on the list. So NZD CAD, this is NZD CAD's looking better. We're trading at the lows of consolidation 1 at the moment, and with a W structure, break, retest, that's something that we're keeping an eye on. Otherwise, there's not much else on this one to see, I don't believe. Let me look a little bit closer. That's the W. High, high, higher, low. We had a week of drop, second week of drop, and this has come down right into these trench areas. Just need to wait to see it turn around, guys. NZD USD, this is another interesting one with good structure. This is a 1, this is a 2. It's extended below, and we now look like potentially vulnerable, or this is what we're, this stop hunt is going to hold, and we are going to start making that staircase higher. These are just things I'm watching, folks. There's nothing active going on. Gold, I mean, I can't make much of that. It seems like higher highs, higher low within, a range. And this is the middle of the range. And yes, I can see the pattern. This is a 1, this is a 2, this is the peak. Is this the 1 to the downside? It's appeared to have broken a bit of structure, found support on this structure. I guess this low is the key boss to decide that. So not sure on gold. Silver, bit of a jumble, looks like a consolidation zone to me. Appears to be high, 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 low, high, 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 low, but we always know on this second one it can screw you. So you need to be really careful with that. Now we'll move on to the dollar basket, because the dollar basket has been pretty crucial. We've got the red ABCD here, and we also have a harmonic swing there. This is shaping up as very interesting. Obviously, all of this is fresh air, probably needs to pull back. Can identify a consolidation. Is this going to be another consolidation and then we push away? Could be. It is still lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So this one has held up much better than others in the space, the dollar space. You'll see in a minute. Now, the big argument for us about the dollar is it going to complete this pattern, which I'm going to show you. There's an ABCD pattern, this blue one here, that is pointing to here. Once that happens, if that happens, unless it goes from here, this is trying to make something on these lows. It's trying to make some sort of structure here. We're changing, we're trying to break it. We haven't been able to. We haven't been able to break to the downside either. So it's really fraught. Moving on to USD CAD. Now this is another one, but it's showing the hand now. So showing that hand, 1, 2, obviously 3 at the time, even though it's obvious, it's not so obvious because there's many other things going on and things in your head, such as war and dollar strength and safe havens. And then you start looking at the higher time frame and you see a 1, you see a 2, and you're like, gosh, is this going to be the 3? Unless you're seeing a 1, 2, and 3. That means 2 will be taken out, which means the dollar's going to weaken from here. Another little clue to sort of chew on. And folks, that's about it this week. Looking at indices, as you can see, looking forward, there is still the dollar battle and whether we're going to push and get those moves we need to see on the euro and the pound. We have this picture on Wall Street, harmonic pattern, break, retest. Is this going to be support or not? Potentially, yes. Why? Because we've made this gap down into it here. Talks of a blow off top. We shall see. But for those that are seeing this video for the first time and think, oh, that's quite interesting, I'd like to learn more, please do reach out to me at Synergy Signals. Leave me a message on the X platform. And ultimately, in signing up, you get a 14-day free trial to the trade signals. You'll get supporting resources such as the playbook, which is access to a course as well on harmonics. And we have a scanner app, which you can download on an iOS app, where you get 10 free scanner credits to scan equity markets, looking for stock positions in the US and the UK, using our harmonic app scanner, in-house developed. Other than that, any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Wish you all the best. Have a great rest of your weekend. Cheers.